but he was losing that fight until, I don't know what the hell happened there. The bout, in all the years that I've been in martial arts, you get a minute to rest. So within that minute, so if you get dropped in that last second and you can make it to the corner, you still have a minute to recover. For some reason, the commission decided that they were going to take that minute away from him and call the fight 30 seconds into that minute, which is absolutely, you go anywhere else, that's not going to happen. The guy's going to get his full minute to recover. If he doesn't recover, the fight's over. But I don't know what happened, because by the time the referee made that decision, the fight was over, Jacob was sitting on his seat. So I don't know where, I mean, the ref should have actually stopped that fight before that bell rang. But once the bell rings, the fighter has a minute to recover.
I believe the ref was in conversation with the doctor ringside, so that probably played a part into it as well.
I mean, I don't care what the doctor says. The fact of the matter is, he sat up on that stool 30 seconds into that minute, right? And if he sat in that stool, by the time he got up, when they called the fight, he got up and he was like, I'm good to go. Well, what are we doing?
I understand.
So, I disagree with the decision, but it is what it is.
I understand. And then on a more of a lighter note.
The thing is, if they had let it go, we would have seen a third round, right? And then it could have gone either way, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, the guys put on a freaking great show, a great fight.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, it was a great fight for
right,
the
no,
fans.
exactly,
That's all we can ask
exactly.
for. But on a bit of a lighter note, not related to the fights tonight, so tomorrow we have the debut, a PFL debut, or Bellator debut, I guess you could say, for Paul Hughes. And you guys also this week signed Boston Gord Sadunov, if I'm saying that correctly.
Hey, listen, I got to tell you, freaking kicked my butt the last time we talked about Paul Hughes. So I'm gonna just say that's going to happen, but you want to talk about something else, you can ask Tony.
No, I mean, I guess I was just going to say, how important is it for you to sign just big names, big free agents, and helping the PFL brand grow?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously it's important because, as we continue to grow, the level of competition is going to continue to grow with that. And so for us, we're looking for the best fighters that are free agents available. Because listen, we're all over the world, and I don't know, but I'm not even going to say this.
Good job, Ray.
Thank you.
And then I'll just finish it off with a question. Now that the light heavyweights and lightweight season is done, is there anyone that really surprised you that season that took your attention?
No, I thought everybody performed to their, to their very best. And we saw the four guys that's in the playoffs. Obviously, when the season starts, every fighter knows from day one that them going into the regular season, those points are very, very important because that's what sits them in the playoffs, right? And one may ask, well, Clay lost tonight, but he went into the playoffs. Well, Clay won by a second round finish in the first round, which earned him 5 points. And Mads had to finish him to, in the first round to even get a chance to go forward into the playoffs. But nevertheless, the points are very important in the system, in the league, because again, when you continue to win and earn points, and of course, the higher the points are, the better your chances are to be in the playoffs.
Awesome. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
What's up, right here? What can you say about the improvements you guys have made as a promotion from last season to this season, from the product to the broadcast to explaining the point system and all that stuff?
All I can say is that that's credit to the amazing work that the whole team put together. Again, our team here in the U.S., our team in England, our team in Saudi Arabia. There's a couple of other things that's happening, but yeah, no, it's everybody. The team is so united in the way of just continue to push the boundaries and continue to find the biggest talent that we can find. So yeah, it's credit to the team, and of course, you can't leave out the fighters. It's credit to them too, because at the end of the day, it's fighting, right?
I know this is the fastest growing sport in the world, but this promotion is growing at such a rapid pace from 2 years ago. The amount of employees, the fighters, the events, of course, the Bellator merger. Is there ever any concern that you guys are going too fast, that you're putting too much chip on your chip?
Well, the things that I said from the very beginning, one of the first questions, the first press conference I ever did back in 2012 was that, and I said this to the media, that for us to grow, we're going to continue to learn from our mistakes. And whatever those mistakes are, we'll continue to move forward and correct them and get better. And I think we've done that. And I think that's also the reason why we're able to move at the pace that we're moving at.
Can you talk about the atmosphere that you felt out there in Salt Lake City tonight versus other venues that you've been at?
To be quite honest, I want to make sure that we come out to Utah at least twice a year, because that crowd was amazing. So this is our first time in Utah and in Salt Lake City, and the reception, the fans were amazing, and so we definitely going to talk about coming back out here at least twice a year.
Mads looked good. Mads Burnell looked good in his last fight, the first fight of the season, until he didn't. Of course, he got stopped in the second round by Michael Dufort. What did you make about his performance, his bounce back performance tonight in the main event?
He did great. I mean, he did what he had to do, because Clay is the guy that if you're going to stand with him, he's going to probably either outwork you or put you away. And so I thought Mads, it's mixed martial arts, so he had to mix his game up. He's a good wrestler himself, and most of Mads' fights we've seen, he comes out and he wants to bang with everybody. And so I think him understanding that Clay was not only a dangerous fighter, but also I think he also wanted to show that he can actually mix it with the best. And the fact that he was able to listen to his coaches and mix his wrestling into striking, vice versa, that earned him the win.
And last one, I know all these cities are great, but which city are you most excited to bring PFL to in August? Nashville, the city in Florida, or DC?
Well, I'm excited wherever city we go, right? But I'm trying to remember, Tony, did we beat to Nashville? No, right?
Nope.
Yeah, so, I mean, even though the other two cities are great, we've been there before and we love going back, but Nashville's a new city for us, so I'm looking forward to, what we have out there. If it's anything like here in Utah, then we're going to keep going back.
Thank you, man.
Right here. You emphasized on the point system that PFL has throughout the season. We saw Michael Dufort, celebration of the night tonight.
Right.
So often fighters, they just feel like they're defined by the wins and losses inside that cage. But the PFL offers even a losing fighter the opportunity to celebrate at the end of the night. Is that something you take pride in, because it is special for the fighters?
Thank you for saying that. That's I've never heard it put that way, but Tony, did you hear what he said?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Just that the opportunity that PFL offers fighters, even if they lose on the night, they're able to celebrate because of the point system and the standings.
So, thank you for saying that and for putting it in that perspective, because there's sometimes fighters lose and they don't get that opportunity. I mean, the opportunity to come out and perform. And obviously, if you lose your first fight and you lose your second, your chances in the playoffs it's 0, right? But if you win your first fight and you earn high points, there's a very high possibility, depending on who comes through and who loses, who wins, that you could, like Michael Dufort, he was able to celebrate tonight because he made it to the playoffs.
I wanted to follow up with that too, because we saw a lot of fighters in here tonight who won but missed the playoffs, and you couldn't break their happiness, you couldn't break their excitement. So is that a message to fighters on the roster, whether they're going to join the PFL season in 2025, that hey, you're not done just because you lose in the first round?
Well, that's right. You're not done. But this is one of the things I also said in my fighter meeting after the weigh-ins, is that there's still an opportunity. Even a guy that has 3 points, there's still an opportunity, because you don't know, and of course you don't wish on anybody to get hurt or whatever, but people do get hurt in fights. I mean, in training camps, and so with those 3 points, that could get them into the playoffs if somebody fell out. So. Yeah, again, the system works, and the fighters love it. We love it, and I'm glad that you mentioned it, because obviously it's important that everybody understands how the system works.
It is the fight game, and just my last one here with Mads, right? He said all week he doesn't care about the points. He doesn't care. He'll do it next year, 2025, 2026. He doesn't care. This is the fight game. So he's coming into enemy territory.
Right.
He beats Clay Collard, like you said, by mixing up his martial arts, doing what he had to do to get the win.
Yeah.
How much did you really like his performance tonight?
I did. I liked it a lot because he was able to change his game from the first fight. You know, the first fight, he didn't wrestle at all. And he ended up paying for it. This fight, he came out, he struck. He was able to, implement his takedowns from his strikes. And so, yeah, it's mixed martial arts at the end of the day, and you got to be able to defend the takedown. I mean, as great as Clay is, now Clay's going to have to work on his, grappling a little bit more, his takedown defense a little bit more, how to scramble to get back to his feet. So. Yeah, Mads looked great, but Clay learned something from it. You know what I mean? And as much as Mads says that he doesn't care about points, at the end of the day, he cares about points because without those points, you can't get to the $1 million.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of the devil.